All right. Let's, I guess, stick around here for a moment. Hey, it's actually one of the rainbows. I haven't checked one of those out since they've been back in the game. But we're going to have to redo this. This is not going to go as planned. So, I know this is almost broken, but if I could just put damage on it, make it a little easier. There we go. So we're going to update the display base today. We're going to get all the materials and junk. Plus, I just remembered there's a few things I need to fix at the storage base, too, relating to the displays. Yeah, how's it going out here, Jamal? Welcome back. K-Cod, how we doing? Oh, don't do that. Where are the walls? There's too many walls. I think those ones are different. They were... Oh, they were full walls. These ones. No. Which ones was I using? There's too many now. One of these? No. This one.
Thank you for your patronage.
Yo, Zeppelin! 14 months in a row! Dude, thank you so much, Zep. Yeah, how's it going, Angie? So, with the display base, I already had it kind of planned out. But then... And it's not a bad thing necessarily, but you know how you can display anything on the wall mounts now? Well, the materials and stuff, they get displayed like horizontally on like a dish. So the way I had this set up, I thought, you know, I had this set up because we knew the patch notes before this update, and they said they were updating the display mount. So I put everything and kind of planned and organized like a blueprint for where I was going to put everything, but then lo and behold, the update comes out and it wasn't as, you know, it's still great, but it wasn't like we expected. So my system that I was going to do for this, you wouldn't be able to see like over half of these because I would have to, and what I could probably do, and it'll be tougher, but you know, I could either put them sideways, like I have to redo them and kind of do some fancy techniques to put them sideways. Or I can figure out like instead of doing, because this wall was originally reserved for more weapons, I was just going to throw the materials on there because it made good space. But like I could figure out a different system where it displays everything normally, but it's more on eye level. So that's kind of the challenge slash problem solving we're going to be running through today is like, how am I going to display it well, organized, neatly, and cleanly? But we might as well get a head start on undoing what is now unnecessary. Whoops. At least I got the piece on my recents already. I wish they'd just make the... Like, you know, I've said this for the longest time, but since we're, you know, hopefully, since we're probably not getting a big update until Star Wars.
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
I would like some good quality of life updates. before then. One of which being make the recents list infinite. Okay? There's no reason there should be like it's like, what is it, 8 or 12 builds that it stores in your recents tab? Why can't it just be an infinite list of what you've got? It could reset every time you log in. But like, if I'm building with like 25, 26, different parts to build like in my village, it's so much easier if they were just here in like a palette. So that way I didn't have to find everything that just happened to fall 13 spaces off the recents list. Oh, if you only tuned in a month ago, I've been doing tons of other stuff, and it's just by chance that I'm back here doing some of this stuff. That's interesting. Because it was probably about a month ago that I was working on setting this up or getting it more set up or updated or something. Yo, Steve-O, hit me. NZ, how you doing? Hey, dude, you turning on drops for that free pickaxe? Oh, how do I even do that? Would I have to be playing Fortnite specifically as my game, though? Would that be through my Twitch settings I have to set up? Is it... Because I wondered if I'd have to change... Because I'd probably have to change my... I'm guessing that's a Fortnite-related drop. And I'm wondering... Not that it'd be a big deal. But I'd probably have to switch the category from LEGO Fortnite Odyssey to LEGO, or to Fortnite, which I would be totally willing to do. Get you guys a free pickaxe just for watching. Which, like I said, I'm just trying to figure out what I need to do so I can do it. That's all. I'm not worried about doing it. I just gotta get it figured out. Dude, I will be a very happy gentleman if LEGO Fortnite actually ever finally, does some stuff like that where they do like a Twitch drop. Where it's like, oh, like you watch a LEGO Fortnite streamer, get this building kit, get this decor pack, whatever it is. Like, that'd be hype, dude. Yo, Graveyard, how's it going? How can you move an existing village to a different place without losing the level your village is? So, if you want to... Here's the thing. So if I were to just... Okay, let's start here. I originally built this village post, I think, like, right in the middle, like, of this whole thing. Like, it was right about here, give or take. What you can do, so the way villages work, there's breaking them and there's deleting them. Breaking them doesn't delete them. Breaking them, what it does is, I originally placed the village square there, which was now in the middle of this space. And as you can see, when I place stuff, the village perimeter... Oh, no, I might have actually moved it. It doesn't matter anyway. But the village perimeter is centered around the first place you put your village. So I think I did actually move it here. So the village perimeter is going to go in a perfect square around the original location you put your village square. However, if you want, you can break it, and then it doesn't move. You see how the village... So your village isn't deleted. If I were to log out and log back in without rebuilding my village square, then yeah, I would actually delete it. But for this moment being, since we're still logged in, the village is not deleted. The village square is still there. And then the thing is, if you move your village square, you obviously can't move it outside of the village square. But if you want to move your village post here, you can. But as you notice, it doesn't move your village perimeter from where it originally was, like where we saw. So if you want to move your entire village perimeter, you're going to have to delete the village. So we can just break this. We don't actually want it there. And then we're going to place it back where it needs to go. And we're good to go. And again, it won't mess with where the village perimeters are. It's going to lock. The village perimeter is going to lock to the original location you placed it. Now, if you want to move the whole village, you have to open up the UI and then click Remove Village. And it will say, this will permanently remove your village. All upgrade progress in villagers will be lost. You don't really have to worry about upgrade progress. You want to worry more about villagers lost. Do you care about the villagers at that village? Because if you delete the village, it disbands all the villagers automatically, unless you ask one of them to follow you before you do it. That's like the one way. But what it does is always, you remember how I said if you move your village post, it doesn't move the village perimeter? Well, when you delete the village completely with this, you do get all of the upgrade materials back. Just don't get confused because there is a weird like visual glitch that happens. So this is the original place that I put my village post. If I were to break it and move it, say, right here, and then I click delete, and I delete the village while it's here, the wood that it costs is going to pop out here, but there's like I said, there's a glitch. All of your upgrade materials will pop up at the original location. So if you built that original location like behind a wall or something and you just couldn't, just try to remember if you had moved it at all. Because no matter where you put it within the perimeter afterwards, if you disband the village, all of the upgrade materials, instead of popping up where you would expect them to, right on top of the broken item, they will just pop up and like go over to the area that you originally placed it. So it's, you don't want to like be like delete the village and be like, where'd my materials go? And they're just like over there, like 30 yards over, like behind a wall that you built. And then you log out and log back in and then they're deleted. So just make sure that you remember like, oh, check your, if they don't pop up from the post, just check around just in case you did end up moving it around. Cause they will, all of the upgrade materials, 100% of the upgrade materials you get back, they will just pop up in like a weird spot. Good game for the trophies? Heck yeah. If you want to know how I did this electricity effect, I have a tutorial for it on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. It just uses, It uses Frankie's machine. It's like that little electrical, like Frankenstein thing from you have to have had the Halloween pass. Sorry. But if you have the Halloween pass and you have this decoration, you can upside down build it. And when you upside down build it, it upside down builds the object, but the visual effect for the electricity still stays where it would be if the item wasn't flipped. So basically, you're putting these underneath your trophies, and the electricity effect stays. So imagine if that trophy was inverted upwards. That's where the electricity effect would be. But since it's inverted, and we have all this free space above it to fill, the visual effect doesn't block anything, so you can add this really cool electricity effect to your trophies. And then technically, you could do this to frickin' chests if you wanted to, if you lined it up right. You'd have to have them like deeper into the ground and have it set up a little differently. But like, it's just a matter of like, math, brick science of lining it up. But you could put get this to line up next to a chest, a fish. The electric eel. That'd be freaking sick, actually, if you could get that one right. Get this thing to pop up right around the electric eel display. That would actually be super, like, unique. You know what I mean? I've never even heard anybody, like, mention that, let alone do it. That would actually be cool. I should be the first one to do it. Step 1, get expert trophy. Yes. You can do it with your village post, too. Look, it works with the village post. Look. Electric duck. Sounds like a hipster band. Electric duck. Don't tempt me. Don't worry. So Steve-O, basically what you're going to do is you're going to delete it. You're going to remove it. You'll get all of your current whatever, so let's say you're at level 4. it'll give you all the materials you already spent to get it to level 4. If it's level 10, it'll give you all the materials back you spent to get to level 10. You just have to pick them up, like I said. And then once it's deleted, then you can just pick up all those materials that it just dropped, build a new village. Let's say if you wanted to build one, like, you know, right outside. Let's say I just deleted that one. I would have a backpack full of materials that I use to upgrade it, and then I could just slap a new one down here and then open up the UI and immediately the only thing is you'd have to get the village rating. So what I would do is if you're moving the village to an empty area, bring what is it? Bring planks and granite with you and build, I think you need 18 stone breakers to get level 10 village rating. But if your village is only like 5 or 10, I mean, I would imagine you need like half of that to get the village rating up. So just bring some extra supplies with you to get just to cheese the village rating up. And then you can just, like, once you build all these stone breakers, then you could just dump all those upgrade materials back into the village post. Yo, thank you, Nami.
Thank you for your patronage.
Yo, T-Block the resub 4 months in a row. Or 5 months total. 4 months in a row, I guess. It always confuses me that it shows the streak, but also the total. No, you have to beat the Storm King in Expert to get this blue and pink one. Okay, I got all that off the wall. So, the question is, I could keep it on this wall. I'm not opposed to that. Do I have button stuff with me? I've got button stuff. So, with each material, we could still figure out a way. It would just take up a little more room. But essentially, I would just use these supports since they're already... Or I guess I would just use these ones. It's already the ones I'm using. So we would essentially do... Let's build that right there. I'm thinking...
I'm in danger!
It depends on certain materials. Certain ones will look better. Bottom to top, like bottom upwards. So like with the wood, like that looks great. Or like, again, I could do top down, but I think bottom up just feels a little more natural for displaying purposes. Because we could put these, obviously, as close together as we can. And then it would just be like, you know, rods. Oh, I guess you can't have two that close together. Display blocked. By what, though? Itself? I guess I could put a space in between them. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that looks really nice. And the space is honestly tasteful. But essentially something like that, and it's just a lot of extra space. Because I don't think... Because normally a row... I guess if I squeeze them together... Oops, I needed that there. Actually, I guess I don't. I could just snap. Look at this thing. And then boop, 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 boop. See, like, what I need to figure out is that gonna block it, though? No, okay. Because there's like a workaround. It's interesting. If you... you know how it told me it was blocked? Well, what you can do sometimes if if a piece is blocking it is you can build the piece that's blocking it. Or no, you build the display and then you build the piece around that's blocking it and it's like works out. But then when you log out and log back in, it just like becomes blocked and disappears again. Do you play cool games? I mean, depends on your definition of cool, I suppose. Oh, and I know, since these ones are like this, we'll just offset, because all the other wood... Oh, it's not going to be able to, like, necessarily center. No, but that's good enough. Because, like, here it can go, like, flex wood and the rod. But I don't know. There's a lot of interesting ways I could set it up. Remember only playing it the first month? It is, yeah, it's definitely worth playing. You know, it had a rough start, and it's still pretty, got some bugs still that they need to work on. But overall, gameplay-wise, I mean, it's quadrupled. It's still not, and again, it's probably not infinite like a lot of other games could be, where you could spend like thousands of hours like grinding like progression type stuff. Whereas this game still has its limits, where like once there is an end game boss now. You have the Storm King to go fight, which is pretty tough, especially on expert mode. But other than that, compared to when it first came out, are you in creative mode? No, this is expert mode. Oh, this isn't gonna have chests. Distracted Nami. This is the display base, not the storage. Have you seen the storage base lately? I'll show you that here in a little bit, because I'm gonna have to head back there anyway. I'm kind of just exercising some brainstorming here on how I'm gonna do all of these. Because there, I'll go to like not root rods, you know. But there's 3 of these wood products, 2 of the rest of them. So it's like, do I line all the woods up and all the rods up, and then leave this space blank and just kind of leave that one sticking out, and then kind of just deal with it? Because it's like the only oddball out is that wood has planks, whereas all the other types of wood just have rods to go with them. And then I could display them all in a row. Do like, because how many different items are gonna go on this wall? Or how many rows can I even physically fit? Because what if this was just, what if this whole wall was just wood, stone, metal, and gems? Right? Like, those are like a lot of the like main mined materials, right? Or farmed. Because I think I could fit 4 rows going up perfectly. And then what I could do is just have wood going all the way across in like ascending order. So that, because like the wood wouldn't even go all the way across because there's not that many wood types. So that means that each row would be like future-proofed. Because that's the other thing I try to think about with this display is how do I future-proof it? When they come out with new types and new weapons and new gems and new variations, how am I going to make this storage base or make this display base bigger or add on to it when new items come out? Like right here, you know, it ends right here technically, and you might ask, well, what am I going to do if they add a 5th, you know, they've got Shatterhorn, but what if they add a purple amethyst gem, you know, like ruby or sapphire? They add a purple gem, like a literally physically purple colored gem, not just epic rarity, but I mean like the color purple. Then all I got to do here to expand this, because then that'll add 1 more section, right? Then I would have a purple section, right, for the new purple. This is all hypothetical, right? This purple gem, just making an example. All I have to do, break this 1 border piece, build more wall this way, which I purposefully left open. And then same with the other side. It's completely open. So as they add new gem types, all I have to do is go this way. And I don't even have to destroy that much to add on. And then with these, you might ask, well, how do I expand this? Because these are gray type. And then these 9 rows are green. And then these last ones are blue. Well, the way they're set up is if they come out with a, because these are all based on, they go, so this is all the gold based bows, I think, on the bottom. So yeah, the gold crossbow with copper, gold crossbow with frostpine. So if they were to add a new, even subtype of metal that would make a new blue rarity crossbow, all I have to do is delete that top border, build up a little bit, and that leaves another row for a new material type, because see how all these ones are based on the Greater Storm Core. So if they made a new material that's blue that makes crossbows, all I have to do is add a, what is that, a 5th row up here for that new material. And then there's 9 of these currently, so I would just build up, and there's 9 rows, so I would just build a 10th row if they added a new green material that makes crossbows. So, and then if they add a completely new weapon type, blank walls. And then eventually I will need to expand, figure out a different way, because eventually if they add enough weapon types, I'll occupy this wall. I might have to push this up a little bit, and then I only have 1 wall open here for another weapon type. So there is a little bit of logistics with if they add too many weapon types. But the goal is to make it, like, future-proof. So I think that'll work. Amethyst and Lost Isles, please. It would be pretty. I want gems in every color. You lag a lot? Interesting. I don't lag too much, surprisingly, but I'm on PC, but I don't know if that makes the difference. Because I also have way more plots, too. Alright, let's go back to the storage base and just grab... They draw these out on paper? I mean, it kind of, like, is from my brain, but at the same time, instead of drawing it out on paper, I mean, I really just draw it out in the game. Like, a lot of times, I'll just stencil stuff out and brainstorm stuff until, like, I kind of get something, like, what I'm about to do right now is, like, just trial and error until I figure out the build that, like, works for what I kind of have in my brain. It's getting updated. It's not changing, it's just getting updated because now you can put all of the materials on the wall. And since that base is the display of everything you can put on the wall, that's... Oh, did they fix it? Look, those items are actually popping up now. Hey, yeah, cool. They're not disappearing. But yeah, you can display, like, pretty much every item in the game at this point. So now I feel obligated to put one of everything on the wall. Like, this is the display, so I pretty much already have one of everything on the wall here. In a way, besides the weapons, but the materials, this is what I'm going to do over at the display base, is pretty much just have one of each material out on the wall. Yeah, so basically what I updated about this one was, and I have a tutorial on how to do the displays sideways like this. Just posted it today, which for some reason, it's another one of those videos that just like one out of 6 videos I post is just like 0 traction. But it's really helpful. And it's pretty. Okay. I should build a... I don't know, I should time what's faster. Because this is perfectly, what is that, southwest? This is perfectly southwest of this base. I could probably build like 3-4 jump pads in between here and just manually travel. And I wonder if that'd be faster even than loading through the battle bus and then gliding down. Here, let's try it out. What do we need for that? I always forget. or flex wood? This way. So we want to go to the display base, which is that way. So we'll put a little jump pad outpost. Put it like right here. That'll be good. So we just gotta aim it. Basically, yeah. So it's like perfectly northwest. Although, line it up a little better. No, I guess it really doesn't matter. It's not gonna make a difference if it's just a bit off to the left or the right. So we'll go there and there. One of these. This. 1, 2. And I'll have to show you guys. I'm gonna make some YouTube videos here, like long form ones, to show off the village and the new network that I set up. Okay. Set that to level 3, right? Before I hit it. Yay, no! Did anybody... Oh, I thought it was a roller for some reason. I think it's a bug, but someone mentioned that the bonus damage from pickaxe doesn't affect, like, rollers and golems for some reason. Why does my Windows key hate me? There we go. So, like, we'll just put a regular one, like, right there. Will that work? Oops. There's a big hill in the way. This might not be faster, but... But then I could, like, land here and then hit, like, another vertical one. See if that works. It's like, I've got materials, why not just, like, use them, you know? Because that one will probably take me the rest of the way there. See if the whole chain works. What's that skull symbol by your health bar? It means I'm in expert mode. Alright, let's see. Hit that one. That one just goes... Oh, we missed. Because it really doesn't matter. As long as we can walk to it in a moment. And then this one takes us the rest. So I don't know what would be faster. Battle busing, like this is probably like, there's like a minimum distance that's like worth it to do this. And then there's probably a point where you might as well just battle bus. But I don't know what that distance is yet. Okay. Move it. So... This game is alive. It really is. Let's assume that this game was lame, and that I did care that you think it was lame. Why would you feel the need to tell me what you feel about the game? Welcome to your opinion, but it's just... I feel like sometimes there's not much end game in the point of sharing or asking, you know, sharing that kind of stuff. You're like, this game's lame. Okay. Sorry you think that way. I'm not here to convince you if you're not, you know, obviously, like, I try to get people interested in the game if they want to be interested. But people that come in and they're like, you know, clearly have no interest. I have no interest in trying to convince them, you know. So I like this. This shows, like, kind of the progression of, like, what they came out with, essentially. My lag hasn't been terrible, but I've also been not really doing anything besides, like, building, so nothing too intense, I suppose. Where it's like I'm gonna notice it, or it's gonna, like, affect me more if I am.
Some of you
So maybe I'm
may
just not paying
die,
attention to it. Maybe
but
it
it's
has
a
been.
sacrifice I am willing to make.
See, like that. Just like that. I like that. It's simple. You can see it, and it looks clean. You know, looks pretty clean. And it's expandable up to, like, double. So they would have to come out with more than double the amount of wood types they do now, theoretically, to, like, fill that whole row up. So it's, like, expandable for a pretty darn long time.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Starting to. Getting there. I don't know exactly how many we'll need, but let's just get these placed first. There, right? Yeah. And then we start skipping one. Yep. Oh, those don't snap the same way as the foundations do, apparently. Whew. Scaffolding, go! Again, I don't know if I'll need more than that, but let's head back to the base. We'll test all this. Let's time this. So from clicking it, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Yeah, this is probably faster. Like, as long as it doesn't lag, this is going to be faster for that far of a distance. Like, as long as it doesn't lag me in there for, like, 15, 20 seconds, this way I think it's going to be faster than jump padding 600 meters. Like, if I got a jump pad to there, yeah, that's not worth, you know, that's better jump pad.
For me, I
That's not
really
worth
like
nothing.
corn. What do you like about corn? It's corn. A big lump with knobs. It has the juice. It has the juice. I can imagine a more beautiful thing. Woo! It's corn, I can tell you all about it. I mean, look at this thing. When I tried it with butter, everything changed.
It's corn. A big lump with knobs. I have the corn. Look, I have other forms of corn. I have corn seeds. I have the kernels. We should be able to make popcorn with corn seeds or corn kernels. Why can't we make popcorn? There's an emote. Where's the emote? Don't I have an emote for some sort of like popcorn? Where is that? We need to make in-game popcorn, yo. Where is that at? Epic. Give me the in-game popcorn. Where is it? No, that's the fish food one. I have some sort of emote that has popcorn. I know it. I just don't know what it's called. It's somewhere. Oh, no, there it is. Give us popcorn. This would be the best food in the game. We already have the materials. We already have, like, the recipe for it. Yum, 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 yum. I think I have a second one that has corn, too, but now I can't remember. Oh, my village. All right. What did we come here for? Stone. To goof around. We have one of those. We need to actually get some granite farmed up. Stand for the corn and storage seeds. Oh, this is literally just a farm plot. What did I do? I think it's just one block. So it was pretty much just like some, you know, you could use any like combination of foundations, but it's like basically something like that with a farm plot on top of it and a chest in front of it. It is super simple. There's just, I think I added an extra floor here, so there's like essentially a floor sticking out from the bottom as well to kind of give it a little more trim look. But essentially, yeah, just a garden plot. Or are you talking about these? Oh, or do you mean the whole thing? It uses, these parts are from Lion Knight's castle. It is a really, really amazing, I think it's a support piece. Yeah, it's a support. The Knightly Pillar. My God, it's like one of my favorite items in the game. I use it in so many different builds because it like just matches like almost any aesthetic you throw it into. Farm, house, castle. Then it really just goes almost in everything. But it uses those, and then the roof is from Lion Knight too. And then same with these windows. Those are also the you can see it in that little picture, the white building on the castle. D'Angelo, there's 40,000 people logged in right now playing. What do you mean? You're lost. The true black floors. Every time they come out, there's somehow always a truer black. They always surprise me. There's like, I swear there's 3 different shades of black in this game. I think we got it all. We're good. Oh, how's it going, Tay? Sorry, I didn't see there. Oh, interesting. You should check out how LEGO Moxie's way to get from the bus to ground in 5 seconds, no glider. I'll have to do that, because I like that idea. Oh, is it like, do you build like a sky base like right above the drop? I think I've seen that. You build like a sky base or something like right above the drop point. So that way you just right onto a floor, and then you can just hop off of that. And fall. Is that what it is? I think you jogged my memory. I'm like, I think I'm just like, I'm like going back to like Reddit memories and stuff. I'm like, I think I've seen that. God, this looks so cool at night. Hmm? Oh, I'm lagging. Thought it was blocked. I'm just frozen. So that's a pretty good angle of the marble. It's not like completely terrible because some of the stuff actually doesn't look as good on this sideways. Like if I do the charms, there's no point in doing the charms on these this way. Because why would you want your charms displayed that way? I mean, it kind of looks cool in a way, but obviously you'd want it probably displayed normally so you could actually see it the way it's supposed to be seen. But a lot of these materials... Oh, that's not what I meant to put there. We want to go... Let's go red rock, yeah. That's what I wanted to do. And then next would be... Where am I? Ooh! Reed with party one. How's it going, dude? Welcome in, Reed. Oh, wow. I built the exact amount I needed. Oh, wait, no. There has to be one more for sandstone there. No sandstone. Boop. A little oddball out right at the end, the sandstone. And then I think this is really gonna work out. Let's just actually, we should check this before we kind of continue to go up, but we could always switch it up too. What am I looking for? The button goes there, and then this piece. I guess I could have just done it off of that other one. So we want it that. That's the spacing. And then we do another one there, and we just put a hypothetical piece there for now. So that way we can... I have to build that a little bit higher, but that's not a big deal if that row has to go a little bit higher than the others. Or if it just sticks out above it too. That's not terrible either. So then this one would be for gems, essentially. So then how far up would these go? It wouldn't be terrible, right? Because I can't put it lower or it's going to block the display. Sand is going to go in a different category. I put sand with dirt and snow. I don't really count sand as like a stone. Like sandstone becomes a stone, but sand itself I put in a separate category. It'll get displayed with the other items. Why do you have two flexwood displays? Those are just placeholders. I just didn't have the other items I planned on putting there now. I just wanted to make sure I had the appropriate amount of room. That's all. There's no, What if I go super genius mode? No, I need to build up. Because what if I got rid of that, and instead of that, because, you know, there's no short wall, there's no gray walls that short. However, if I had granite on me, which I don't, rip. I never have anything I need on me when I need it. Is there a rock over here somewhere? I really don't need much. Here we go. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, so we already have that piece sideways, but all we really need to do is, I think, wait, why is that lining up so weird? Can I go, can I not get it to go right up against that, or do I have to do a whole new button? And then I could maybe go, I'd have to go sideways there. Shouldn't I be able to get a regular wall to lay perfectly flat across that, or no? Or is there going to be a spacing issue? It's like there, it can go there, obviously, but then there's a gap. But I think there's a way where I can get it, like, sideways snug. You don't get bored of playing this? No. It's not like it's the only thing I do either, so. Because, like, interesting. I thought I would be able to get a wall going horizontal there. Oh, yeah, I guess I could use just, like, gray floors to make it a little bit taller. That's true, too. Just, like, gray matching 2x16s of, like, the same color. There's just not a lot. Like, these ones are dark. I don't think there's any that are, like, fully gray throughout. Oh, maybe these, no, those are the dark gray. I don't think there's any ones that are light gray on the top and the bottom. There's these ones that they have a brown line, and those are also the dark gray. It's so hard to tell what shade everything is in the preview. Honestly, I could probably just keep that gap. I was just I always test stuff out like that, see if it'll actually work or not. So I think I'll just keep that upwards, like, overlap for now. I don't think that's terrible. Yeah, how's it going, Nano? I am doing well. How do you get those to do that? I've tried and nothing works. What? How to get them sideways? Check out my most recent YouTube short, or I have it posted on TikTok as well. There we are. Let's go get the other stuff real quick. Yeah, I can probably get 2 loads of stuff if I actually do this right. Brightest lamp or light to build? I think it's from Lockheed's Lighthouse, but it's a paid one, so most people won't have it. Besides that, I really don't know. Yeah, they do, just not nearly as often. I wish they would rotate them as often as they do. Actually, we're just gonna fly straight out to this base real quick. I thought there was a jump pad there too. That's my poo farm. This is my other poo farm. But I just came here to drop these raspberries off. See you. Can you tame Clumbos? No. Did I put it back on? Oh, no. That shouldn't matter too much. Thank you. What do we got cooking in here right now? Might as well do a drop-off. Eat, my pretties. Make me more shakes. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna need one of those anyway, but okay. Let's do metal. Give me one of each. Now I do count bright core in the and glass in the metal department, mostly because it's made and used by all the same machine. Alright, so for these, one of each of these. I already have those. I have one of those. Those, and then I don't have them on display here, mostly because I don't need to. But we will throw up a rift crystal in that section and an Eye of the Storm in that section too, just because I think the Eye of the Storm kind of matches into this treasure. It's like a jewel. It's like almost like a pearl. I see these as like the jewel crystals, like kind of the treasure section. I don't know how to describe it. Precious gems and doubloons. Oh yeah, I guess not bright core anymore, right? Where would I even put bright core nowadays? What is the codex categorize it at? I can't remember. Oh, it counts as a stone. Interesting. I disagree. I guess it is a stone. I put it in with metals. I decide. But yeah, no, you're right. It actually isn't used for the metal smelter anymore. I don't make metal often anymore. I totally forget it's all wood now. Okay, show the area that has 3 displays per on the row. Oh, the animal one? That one is basic. Those ones are directly on the wall, the displays, like how they normally are. And they are just to the right of each chest in rows of 3. That's fine with me, Cage. You don't have to apologize to me. Play what you do what you want to do. Play what you want to play. Please enjoy yourself. I don't care how you do it. Start with copper bar, iron bar, gold bar, and then metal plate, glass, bright core. And then... corn poo. Oh, the bright core. Can't be unseen. Yeah, I put storm core and greater storm core together for sure. That one's definitely on my list. Oh, it's up here. And then... Oh, I did bring a grader. Let's do the Rift Crystal. I kind of think it like blend. Does it look nice next to the other blue ones? Or should I contrast it and have it away from the other blue things so they're not as associated? What do you guys think? I could go the Rift Crystal here. I don't know. I like the way the Rift Crystals like pop off. Or like hover and float. Actually, oh, I like the way the Eye of the Storm looks this direction. You can see like the pattern on the top like perfectly. Oh, is that like the perfect? Yes! What about this? Yeah, the rift shards straight up just like float there. And they kind of even like have some animation to them too. It's great. This pickaxe is about to break. Like, I don't think I'm able to keep this here forever. So you have some time. If they add a regular like there's the crossbow, they could add a regular draw bow and arrow, and then I can fill up that wall. But eventually, if they add too many weapon types, I'll need to relocate this, like probably somewhere out there where I just put. I know that'll get in the way of this expansion if I do that. I'll have to figure out some other way to display these someday, or one day I just do a 2.0 of this base. There's always that. I always like reiterating things as I get better ideas and more things come out. Maybe if some new building kits come out in the next several months, I'll be like, oh, that would be some cool parts for a display base. Because the problem with this is I would want a more elegant display base. This is very rigid, very open, very like basic. There's not a lot of details going on other than the physical weapons on the wall. But when you think about it, if you want to display everything relatively close together or densely, like what if I had more than one story and it was just like multiple levels of like a museum? Well, that would still be a lot of stuff stacked on top of each other. And if I tried to make it pretty, well, that just makes more build complexity. And I mean, look at the sheer amount of wall mounts alone that I'm using to display every single item that I am so far. So the goal of this base was to make it look as nice as possible. It's nothing crazy. It's literally just bricks and wood. It's bricks and it's barely castle besides the little end cap pieces. But how else do I get the stuff this like dense without hitting the build limit? Because if I put like a roof over this, like, you know, not that it needs a roof. This is like meant to kind of have an outside vibe in general. But like if I had made this all some indoor system with a big detailed exterior, I can only imagine I would have hit build limit before I was even able to put up all the items, you know? Add a viewing level? Oh, do you mean like kind of like a thing right here where you could go up and you can see closer? Is that what you're talking about? Or do you mean like a viewing level of like the whole base itself? This area is going to be passively lit pretty well. Because, well, thanks to these guys right here. The bright versions, so all of the use bright core to make green weapons. So on every row for the weapons that are made out of bright core, it is emitting a high these ones and these ones. This whole, see how it gets darker over there? It's because the bright core weapons are over here and not over there. So it kind of illuminates through the wall. So there actually is a little bit of lighting here. I don't know in between each aisle, but I would think here, just because there's stuff so high up. But I even just like having it. It's not like, see, if I do this, you can still actually see everything. And interesting enough, you actually see the sides of everything a little bit better. And I'm also wondering, would it look better if I double stacked? You know what I mean? Especially in that first row. Oh, and to be honest, I could have saved build complexity. I could, like, not include all the middle ones, but I'd have to redo it. Does that still look good for that? Yeah, I think that's solid. Because, like, it's not like that blocks anything, and I think it makes it look a lot cleaner than seeing the bottoms of all of those. It's a little bit cleaner. And see, now for this, I can leave this to be the material wall. Because think about, like, even for all of these rows to get to here, they would have to come out with what? Like, that's 1 more wood type, 2 more wood types, 3 more, almost 4 more wood type, 3 or 4 more wood types to fill up all that. Kind of same goes for that. They'd have to come out with tons more metals to fill up out to here. So I could always break this, not break it, but like start a new. So what I would do is basically just put like a. Is this? That's not the same color. Just put some sort of break there. And then start like a new section, because those are like, I don't know. What do you think? It's hard to tell how I want to break all this up. What do you think of this update? Yo, how's it going? Great. This update is great. The wall display has opened up just a lot of funness, like, you know, for marking your bases and making things just look a little bit cooler. I'm liking it a lot. Like, this is just the display base too. My storage base is like top notch now too, in my opinion. I love the having everything marked appropriately, you know. See, and I still gotta find a good place to put the charms. I'm gonna have to, I'll probably do the same thing I did over here. I'll probably just build another one of these things. Like, over in maybe one of these, like, I'll have to be raised a little bit more than the other ones are. But, like, I've got space right here for a little doodad thing. I've got space here for a little doodad thing that for now won't get in the way, I don't think. Because it can get in the way of the wall. a little bit, but just not right. Can't go out this far. Where's the lightsaber wall? Glad you asked. I love it. Also, look. No, I had them spaced out before, where the end of this saber was connecting to the butt of that hilt, and it was like, double saber, double hilt. It was sick. You can also probably decorate that way. Yeah, actually, if you were to actually, interesting. You could put these wall displays so they're sideways, so the lightsaber goes sideways. And then what you could do is you could, like, it would probably be only in Sandbox, you could exaggerate this, but you could have a whole part that's, if you do all sideways and connect together, you could have like a laser gate or like some sort of laser wall that you build, because you could have just all these different sabers linking to each other via wall mount. Oh, why I have a wrench? Okay, so I'll have to show... Oh, do I have a vehicle here? I don't think I do. So the wrench is for, like, vehicle customization. I will... Or, not necessarily vehicle customization. Rather, customizing the thrusters and the balloons, so that way you can control them more precisely. So... Let me get down here real quick. How do you get the signs to flip? I have a video on that I just posted today, and unfortunately, TikTok is not pushing it very hard. My videos do well generally, and then every once in a while, TikTok's just like, no, this video is not going to go out to anybody. But yeah, I think it had like less than 200 views, which is like really unnormal for me. So when it comes to vehicles, so normally if you put a bunch of thrusters on a base, right, and you were to press it, see how all those thrusters are going at the same time? I'm doing this intentionally, but it doesn't really help you if every thruster you put on, because some thrusters you want to turn. You don't want every thruster, because every thruster going off just means kind of chaos. You can't really control yourself. So you want some thrusters to be able to move you certain ways, and other thrusters to be able to move you others, and then other thrusters to be able to push you forward. And then there's also, you want to be able to activate and deactivate your balloons. So what the wrench does is, once you have it in hand, you can go up to any of these thrusters, balloons, or buttons, and when you click on them, this little menu comes up. So you can click on any of the thrusters, or you can click on the balloons and do this too. So the way I had, and then you don't have to do anything to the seat. The seat has built-in channels. So on the bottom right of my screen, you'll see a big number 1, 2, 3, and 4, a red 1, a green 2, a blue 3, and a yellow 4. Those are the channels. So channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4. And they're all going to be bound to certain buttons on your controller. So those you can control directly from the seat. Now, how you actually get them to link to the different thrusters is where the wrench comes in. So when you pull up that menu, I have all of these thrusters that are on the back. So these are the ones that push me forward. The ones in the back, right? Like a rocket ship, they're going to push me forward. Or up, rather, depending on, you know, in this case, forward, right? So we have them all, we can link them in different ways, but in this case, we just want them, and it doesn't matter what channel you do them to, as long as they're on a singular channel, right? You could have them all on channel 3 if you wanted, as long as they're on the same one. So I have all of these thrusters on channel 2, which means when I go into the seat and I click X, which activates channel 2 for me on PC, that means just those ones are going to go off. And then the way I have it set up is there's 1, 2, 3, 4 thrusters on the sides, right? So 2 of them are going to help me turn right. The other 2 help me turn left. So you can kind of see 2 of them, they're kind of twisting you. One of them's pushing on the bottom left and the top right, And then for the other direction, it's pushing on the top left and the bottom right. So what I did is this thruster over here, because we don't want to use channel 2 again, because we already used channel 2 for these ones on the back. So when it comes to this new one, we want to use a channel that we haven't used before. We can use 1, we can use 3, or we can use 4. In this case, I ended up using 3 because I already used channel 2 for the back ones. So this one, and then the one opposite, not across, but kitty corner, or caddy corner, whatever they call it these days. That one you want on the same exact channel. So that way they're going off at the same time when you click that channel. And again, having one at the top, it's kind of like, that's how you would twist something. When you're twisting something, you're pushing left on the bottom and right on the top. So it's kind of, that's how you imagine these thrusters are, that's how it's twisting your vehicle to turn it. So these are on channel 3. And then the other ones that are caddy corner, again, as long as you're not using channel 3, because we already used those for the back, and as long as you're not using channel 2, because we already used those for those ones, we can use channel 1 or channel 4. In this case, I use channel 1, so those ones turn me left and right. And then there are also some balloons on here that you don't see until I activate them. These ones are on channel 4. So all of those have a different function. So when I click channel 4, that activates the balloons because they're only on channel 4. If I hit channel 2, that starts to send me forward. And then if I hit channel 1, that turns me left. If I hit channel 3, that turns me right. And then if I want to go back down, I just hit channel 4 again. And what I also specifically do is these... Oh, don't want to do that. But the balloons that are on channel 4, those ones are going to be activated depending on whether I hit the channel or not. These ones, we have them linked. Those are, I mean, technically that's just a regular balloon from the, like, this. But these are on no channels, which means they're on and they're always going to be on. So that means when these ones activate, it's enough to lift me. But when I deactivate them, those ones are still there. But those ones aren't enough to lift me off. However, they are enough so I'm not slamming on the ground. Because you don't want to have a super hard landing on your vehicle. So some of the balloons are there all the time to give you a soft landing. They're not strong enough to lift you. They're just enough to give you a soft landing. And then when your actual balloons are on, that's when you go up. Hopefully that was a good explanation for any kiddo out there. Oh yeah, it's seriously a passion of mine. I love teaching youngins. Like I was that age too, and I remember looking up, like when I was like that age, I remember looking up to my uncle, who was probably older than I am now, obviously, but he was like in his teenage years, in his early 20s or whatever, and he was like, computer nerd. He did computer stuff. He played computer games like World of Warcraft, and I always just remember looking up to him hugely, and he would show me stuff and get me interested. So like I was kind of like having that opportunity to share with other people. Your new short is so helpful. I can now display my swords the correct way, blade down, and with the side turn. Yeah, that technically, yeah, with that way you could have them like completely the swords upside down or sideways. I should have shown that in the video too, because technically that is useful for the other wall mounts as well. I didn't even think about that, or for like the other wall mountable stuff. What made you keep playing past the initial hype? I never knew people still played LEGO Fortnite still. Oliver, so interesting question, and it's actually a pretty good question. What it comes down to is I'm a huge LEGO fan. I don't know if you see behind me, tons of LEGO. Before LEGO Fortnite came out, I was making LEGO content for 4 years up to that point. And what did I come back here for? What do I need to grab? I don't even remember right now. I think we just need to go back to the base. But I'd been making LEGO content for 4 years prior. And when this game was announced, I was super hyped. I was like, okay. And then I kind of started to realize, like, the future of it. I don't think a lot of people realize, because there's a lot of, like, not secret knowledge, it's all public knowledge. But do you guys, the LEGO Fortnite collaboration was actually announced, like, it was over 2 years ago, I think. Now, LEGO Fortnite, the video game, wasn't mentioned or announced. Just that LEGO and Epic Games had made some sort of agreement, collaboration. But what we did know at the time, because there was an article that was put out, because all that was, like I said, it's all public knowledge. LEGO and Sony collaboratively invested $2 billion with a B, $billion into this collaboration. Not just for LEGO Fortnite Odyssey, but with Epic to develop like a LEGO metaverse, essentially. So that includes LEGO Fortnite, Odyssey, Brick Life, UEFN maps, and whatever the hell else they're going to cook up here in the years to come. $2 billion for a video game or a LEGO metaverse, guys. I'm pretty sure $2 billion is what is getting spent on GTA 6. All right. I heard that. I saw that my favorite thing in the world, LEGO, is getting an open world survival game, and I also saw that LEGO invested $2 billion into the project. I was like, I think it's gonna get there. I have beliefs that this game will get there when it gets there. It didn't get the greatest start, but that's not to say they already spent $2 billion, and this is the product of $2 billion. They're probably barely scratching the surface of that over the first year. I'm guessing that's for like 5 to 10 years of future development. So I'm guessing that with that amount of investment, they're not going to give up, and they're only going to improve more from this point. Like, how could it not? And if it does, then I'm wrong. Like, but I'm willing to put not like anything on the line, but like as a LEGO fan and someone who's invested, I'm willing to like ride on that like bet, I guess, or that horse of like, oh, well, LEGO put $2 billion into it. I'm already a LEGO fan. I enjoy the game at its surface level. It can only get better from here. And hopefully, and as it already did, got recognition from LEGO and Epic themselves, mainly because they invited me out to Denmark last year. So like, it's going good. Nothing I ever would have, greater than I ever would have imagined. But I can only imagine that things are going to get better. If LEGO just, in December invited me and Brave Builds, sometimes it's still stuck in my brain. Brave Builds, Kaz, and, the people out, they flew us out to Denmark to play the Storm King content when it came out. Like, I can only imagine that if that was just the first year of this game being out, imagine it was going to come in the next couple of years. All the opportunities as a content creator. Like, that's why I did it personally, because I enjoy the game and I saw a future for it, and I still believe in it. I really do, like, from the bottom of my heart. I just don't, like, obviously I do this for a living, so, like, money is a variable, but is it the reason I play? No, there's tons of other games I'm sure I could play and maybe be more financially successful if that's what I was looking for. However, I just happened to, like, fall in love with this game, and it ends up being lucrative for me, right? But at the end of the day, I believe in this game till the end, until they prove me wrong and decide, until I see an article one day and they say, hey, we made a mistake, we're pulling our money back. But I doubt they could. There's probably like in the contract that LEGO and Epic did, it's probably like neither party can probably pull out of the deal without major repercussions. Like if Epic wanted to cancel LEGO Fortnite, like they probably would have to like pay LEGO up the ass. Vice versa. Like if LEGO wanted to take it down, they would probably have to like compensate Epic. So neither one of them wants it to fail, I'm sure, at this point. So I just have really strong beliefs that the money that LEGO invested into this game and this, whole metaverse thing is going to go somewhere and, mean something. Investors should be careful because Fortnite is a brand. Well, I mean, what investors? LEGO is a privately owned company, a family owned too. It is not traded, non-traded company. I don't know if that's what you're referring to, but hey, egg. Well, I mean, that's your opinion. Have it and move on, my friend. All right, so we need to get. Thinking about, I want to do the charms next. That's what I was thinking of. So I need probably granite. How many charms are there in the game? 25 or so? I bet I could do the charms right here. That'd be freaking sick, you think? Like, I feel like that would just be actually sick. If we figured out, like, a good spacing for all of them, we could do, like, 2 spaces apart, right? You know, roughly, like, right there. And then we just do, like, you know, bam. Charms. Just going all the way around. And I can do, like, maybe some lighting up here. And then it's just, bow. We got charms done. Because I bet there's no way I can wrap all the way around to there with charms and all the way, yeah, we can fit charms for days. People who say it's trash probably haven't played it since it's released. They probably played it for a couple hours when it released, which is fair to say that at that time, it wasn't that great. It wasn't that deep. But at the same time, if you didn't understand that, and they didn't make it clear, but we were pretty much playing a beta, if not an alpha. But the game has gotten a lot better since then, and people who think that, I think, literally haven't given it a fair second shot. Because that means, to give it a fair opinion, that means at least since December, at some point since December, you would have had to play for 10 to 20 hours to give it a fair evaluation again. Because there's just no way you could judge it again without playing it again. And judging it based on its first couple weeks or months is like, you know, and again, everybody has, you know, has a valid opinion if they say, oh, well, it's too late. I was, you know, too late. Like, look at No Man's Sky. As great improvements as No Man's Sky has had since its complete flop when it came out, you know, it's got people that play it, but it probably won't ever be what it could have been if they had delivered day one, right? I totally understand that dynamic, but if you're if you're a fan of the game, you'll be a fan of the game, unless they completely destroy themselves. Guilty. I played it back in March 2024 and came back in January 2025, and I'm in love. Yeah, see, exactly. It's vastly different, much more to do, especially now that we have an end game boss to fight, you know, the Storm King. That's a huge part of it. Like, that's a huge benefit. You know, I think I can even squeeze that in further back. Like, giving everybody, like, a point. Or that's what everybody wanted at first. It's like, what's the point of the game? I mean, right now, the point of the game, defeat the Storm King. And then always, you know, this will never change, but the point of the game is create cool stuff and have fun, right? See, I like that. Could we go back further? Probably like 1 space further. Does that still work? Okay, good. That's pretty snug as a bug. So, I don't know. Is it even worth it? And I'm not saying worth the total, but there are these charms. They are different rarities. However, when they're on the wall, they will look exactly the same. Is it worth it for me to display multiple rarities of the same charm? Because they look the same? Because that's kind of my rule with some of this stuff for the commons. Like, technically with the wooden ones, you can make them out of wooden rods or regular wood. But why would I have 2 of these identical ones that are both called wooden rods next to each other when after I crafted them, you couldn't even tell which one was which? You literally, if you made one with planks and then one with regular wood, and then you would literally, there's no way to test which one's which. They both say wooden crossbow, right? So same thing goes for like with the different charm rarities. Now, the only difference is when you go to look at the charm on the wall, it will have the same name, but it will have a different marker of the rarity in the UI. So the UI will be different, but the physical display will be identical. Oh yeah. So the organizational and just also some people just yearn for the mines. None of this game has like mines, but you know, we yearn for the caves in this game, but we like to just farm stuff. A lot of people with these kind of games, sometimes it's maybe it's the tism that is undiagnosed inside of me probably, but we just like to collect stuff sometimes. How charming. All right, so what should I do? Should I display both or no? How do you get more hearts? Upgrade your charms. So, like, see when I equip that charm, more hearts. So, I don't know. I wish they would have, like, I know it's not a big deal, but now that they are displayable, I think Epic should think about doing that. And it'd be a really easy change, too, because it would just be all, like, color bar slider. That's all you'd have to change. They should adjust the colors a little bit, because, like, and they should also make the immortality charm look different. Because, like, that's a different color, but it looks exactly the same. But this is how I would want the rarities to be. Like, this is what I would want, like, the lower level return charm to look like, a return totem. And then this is what, like, the higher level return totem. They should make the Totem of Immortal physically look different. Or the return totem look physical. Because, like, I think the different tiers should almost have different colors, but that almost doesn't make sense for the inner fire. I don't know. Maybe it keeps it consistent for that. But it just makes it pointless to display the different ones. Should I display different? I'm seeing Twitch chat, I think. Am I? Am I missing something? What did I miss? Thought I read everything. I guess I didn't read the GTA comment. I think I read that one in my head and then got distracted. I wish in the future is more rewarding items and more updates and features towards LEGO. Oh, absolutely, 100%. I don't think it will ever be satiated fully, but I agree with you. Do I know Angry Wolf? No. I do not. At least, I think. What I also not have to do, but want to do is I want to put the seeds up too by the little garden area. I believe I already had a chest with pretty much every charm in it. No, is it this one? Was 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 it that one? I swear I had a not. It wasn't this one. I had a chest that had like one of each charm in it, but now I can't remember if it was this one or not. See, like these, like all three of these, like for example, these are all gonna look exactly the same on the wall. There's even a good spot. I wish they maybe had a glow to them. See, like, I don't feel like, why would I just have three of those next to each other at the display base? I feel like it's pointless for now. They should have an aura. They should have, like, a gray, like, maybe this one has no aura. This one gets a blue aura, and this one gets a purple aura. Right? Little... Yeah, I'm just gonna do one. There's too many repetitive ones. I'll just do the highest level one of whatever current one or available one it is. Alright. So means one of these. I think the resilience has a higher level than that. But it's so confusing. Because I mean, I guess for the storm charm, I'm just going to do a blue one because it looks exactly the same. So I don't want to make another one right now. It'd be a waste of a Shatterhorn fragment. But that means I have to like keep cross-referencing these to see which one's the highest version. So the Hardy Totem has a blue one. I don't even see that here. I guess I'll just have to go down the list. What is there? So reflection. I don't think I've made one of these still. Oh, I need Vendetta floppers. I don't even have one of these right now. Cause I caught my legendary Vendetta flopper after like literally 2 casts or like 2. I got 1 Vendetta flopper and then I got my legendary one. It was crazy. So I'd actually have to. I guess I can craft the gray one essentially. No, that still costs Vendetta floppers, which I still don't have enough for. So Charm of Resilience. We got that one, right? Yeah, got one of those. It's hard to tell which ones because, like, again, there's multiple rarities of each, so I'm like, which ones are which? Which ones have duplicates and which ones don't? Currently building your farm? Which farm? Like, what kind of farm? Like, a actual, like, decorative one? Yeah, I'll take it for the rose. Take it for the politics. Yeah, the fish farm does not work when you're not around it. Exactly. I think that's good spacing. I don't know what order I would do them in. It really almost doesn't matter. To a certain extent. Health charm. Regeneration. Why not? Cool-headed. Yeah, just go along like that. Fire. And then... that one, sure. Then that one. And that one. And that one. Oh, hold on. We forgot to check. I need to know this, like, now. Boop. Put that. That looks dope. I need to check on something. Where did I put it? I always forget where I put it. I think it's in the... I think it's over there. Has to be. This place looks like a creative 1v1 weapons gallery in LEGO. Pretty much is. Not literally for 1v1s, but it's got one of everything that the game has. Like, kind of like one of those would, where it's like pick any weapon from any season you want kind of deal. Do you ever play fun games? Is this not a fun game? Show me now. Oh my god, I'm so mad I don't have the basic one. Why? Dude, this is actually the biggest flex now. I just don't have the regular one. I never built the regular one, and I had in my survival world, in my regular survival world, I have both. But in this world, I never built the basic one. I have the advanced one, or the survival, or whatever it was called, but I don't have the basic one. But dude, that's actually so crazy, bro. Not many people are gonna have this one even. I'm pissed that I don't have the other one, but it is what it is, I guess. That's crazy. They actually gave it a... It actually works there. Wonder if it's not, they don't even have to program it. I wonder if it's just based on something else in the game, so it was just like automatically added. Dude, that's crazy. It worked. What do you do after you upgrade your... Oh, this one. What happened? Is that even right? Oh, it must be bugged. It still sent me this right direction. You build cool stuff. Just build fun stuff. It's not the same! Maybe they'll bring it back one day and it'll, I almost feel like they will bring it back one day. What the compass should probably do is just upgrade your map UI somehow. Or, like, what they could also do is put the compass back in the game. And you know how when you explore around, how it only uncovers, like, you know, if you're going in a straight line through somewhere, you see how, like, it only makes a path that wide. What if they made it so the compass makes your, like, exploration thing bigger as you're exploring, so you, like, uncover more of the map? Or, like, when you equip the advanced compass, it would, like, show you where caves are at before you discovered them. I don't know, just something beneficial like that, where they could bring it back into the game. No, I just want an excuse so I can have the item I don't have, to be in all honesty. I just don't have it. I just never built it. It's so sad. It's so sad, but I do have, at least I have this one. I could show that one off. I'll just have to put this one up on a pedestal. I'll put it next to the trophies, literally. It'll be my biggest trophy I have. Oh, the fish farm now works. Okay. Got you. Sorry, I misunderstood. Don't necessarily need to put that one there, but survival compass. Just throw it right here in front of this. I don't think I get attached to that, but just... Oh, wait, I can't... Wait, what? What is it attaching to, actually? What is it counting? See if I had both. If I had both, I could be like, ow. I guess it's connecting to like the side of that piece, maybe? Is there a jungle biome? Kinda not a full-on one. Like, there's like a sub biome in the Lost Isles. It's a little jungly, but I wouldn't even consider that like a true full biome in itself. Those are, I consider those more like sub biomes, where they're like because like the Lost Isles is a biome, and then within the Lost Isles there's like sub biomes. You have like mountains, plains, but they're really like they're a little bit different from each other, but like they're not incredibly unique as in like encounters or stuff. Like, I don't know, there's just not a like, it's not the same as like the other ones. Like, they're mostly the same kind of enemies. I think they vary a little bit from one area to the other, but not really. Alright, so Codex, Charms. We have one of these, we have one of those. We need to build the Charm Resilience. We need to bring over a Return and an Immortality. That's what I forgot. We have one of those, we have one of those, we have one of those, those. Yep. Duplicate. Need one of those. Have, just not the rarity we want it. Need. Have. Okay, so we have all the variations. We just need the Immortal, the Return, and the Reflection, which technically I'd have to go cave fishing today if I wanted to get that. Let me drop me back to the base, and I'm gonna run to the restroom. I'll be right back. Tomato heads are pirates? What do you mean? Give me 2 seconds. Sorry, I had to let the doggos out too. These blast rollers gonna explode my cave builds one of these days. Yeah, I noticed a while ago they made it so you couldn't block the enemy spawns in the caves. You used to be able to by putting like floor pieces down if you put them right on top of where they would spawn. But now I notice, like, because in my snow cave, if I go in there, there's enemies all over the place that I gotta clean up. These ones are back and forth whether they want to show up. Because, like, they'll say display blocked, but if you move this chest, so for example, like this one, it only has one. So, like, if we get rid of this chest, I believe it comes back like it does, and then if you replace the chest after, it'll stay. But as soon as you unrender it and re-render it, or log out and log back in, it just goes back to being blocked again. So I kind of hope they will, like right here, I don't think there's physically any Lego bricks actually colliding. I think, oh, me, oh, I see. Yeah, technically in the back, the display is bumping into like the back stud that's popping out there. So technically, they try to avoid letting you do collide things, because Lego is really adamant about having their product kind of be displayed in all their different in all different medias and mediums. Like they want it to be representable in a way that can be replicated in real life, in a sense. So, like, I'm trying to think of an example. Well, in the Lost Isles biome, you unlock the, I don't know if you're still talking about, like, jungle/Lost Isles from before, but you get the salty seaport builds, which are super beautiful. Oh, nice. I still haven't found one. I'm told they still exist because someone found one the other day. But the blast chambers, I don't know if you know them, if you refer to that, but there's a certain chamber that can spawn. It's just one of the, obviously one of the random generating chambers that can randomly go in a cave. But there's a specific chamber that's very small, and like very small for being like a singular chamber before it transitions to another one. And for some reason, there's like 10 blaster spawns that always appear in this certain chamber, and they respawn. I don't know if they still respawn, because I noticed cave enemies might not be respawning until you log in and out or go out of the cave or something. But back in the day, they would respawn like every 30 seconds, so you could just find this chamber if you were lucky, and then just sit there for like an hour and just farm blast core like no other. So I got a hair on my tongue. So the thing about having dogs, just hair everywhere. Oh, by the way, I got mostly everything filled up, by the way. Still got to do clomberries, but... Do you know how much is in this? Each? How much each chest holds? I believe it's 2240. 2,240 items can fit in a singular chest. I believe it is. Oh, I can't fit everything. But I believe that's the number. It was 2240. So each of these chests that are full... 2240, 2240, 2240, 2240, 20. Heyo! 2240, 2240, 2240. I'm even working on getting these two filled up, but this one's almost there. Almost got over 2,000 shakes. We're getting there. Is there a way to find it? It's mostly just going into desert caves. So if you want to try to find one and speed up the process of finding one, otherwise it's pretty much just pure blind luck as you're just exploring through different desert caves, because it could happen in technically any desert cave. Just because like you walk into one desert cave and there's a certain chamber and you'll recognize it in a completely different cave, and it's not the same one. There's repeating chambers. So really, if you want to try to speed find it, just go into different desert caves, and you just, instead of fighting enemies and farming, you just speed run through the cave as fast as you can, and then if you don't find it, backtrack your way through the cave and move on to the next one. It's a much older video, but it's still on my TikTok. You have to do a little bit of scrolling. I have it once I find another one I think I'll have to go into my survival world maybe to make the video if I can't find one here. But I do want to update the video and just make it again because it was over a year ago I posted it. But in the video that I posted, it does show what it looks like. Yeah, we definitely need more blast cores. Yeah, that's the one, Shaker. That's the one. I'm almost. It's got two pools, two little waterfalls, and then it's pretty much circular. But there's what it is those, yeah, because it only has scorpions, spiders, and blasters, and they all share spawn locations. So when you take out one batch of them, make sure you're taking out the spiders and the scorpions, even if you don't need the stuff from them, because if you leave them there, I believe they stay as a spider or scorpion at that specific location. And when you take them out, it has a 1 out of 3 chance of spawning back as a, you know, a blaster, spider, or a scorpion again. So even though there might only be like 5 blasters there, I believe it's better to take everything out so that way everything gets a reroll. All right, we got the charm. Oh no, we needed to get the other ones. A totem of return and a totem of immortality. And then do I just go cave fishing real quick? Because I only literally have, I think, 1 vendetta flopper. I think I only have 1. Yes, so I would need like 9 more for the epic one and 4 more for the other one. It shouldn't take that long. It's not like I need legendaries. I just need a handful of the regulars. Do I even have bait right now? How long does it take you to get Polar Peely? It kind of depends. It's a little bit luck. You just need to search out in the Frostlands and in Frostlands caves, and you can find village. That's where you find him essentially, and he'll just be at a random outside ruins or inside a cave next to like a campfire at a ruins inside the cave. So we'll get that on the wall. I guess I could do the fishing today. Let's get these other charms on the wall. Fastest way to get rough amber. Are you trying to get cut amber? Because rough amber, just farming raw rough amber, just go into grasslands caves and farm it like crazy. Just mine it like crazy. Otherwise, if you want cut amber, now you'll get other kinds of gems, but just have your villagers do the cut gems job and have a lot of your villagers do it, and they'll give you all the different kinds of cut gems for free. Yeah, they used to be, I think they are still outside in the desert, but not as much. Oh, you mean the amber? Yeah. I mean, now you can get that much obsidian, but... Ooh, those are really big. Kind of overlap. That's okay. I suppose I could always just, like, split them up, too. Because I think... Yeah, this way they won't. Yeah, nothing's overlapping now. We would just need the reflection, which I think I could fit there. I think it'll work, as long as it's not too tall. Are you okay? You look sick. No. I need more things. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you said I was behind on Twitch chat. Now you got me, like, paranoid. They nerf pickaxes? Yeah, I think that might be a bug, because you're talking about how they don't do as much damage to, like, the stone-type, like, rollers and stuff like that. I think it might be a bug, because I noticed that, too. Okay, so we got charms. What's another cat? Oh, I know I want to do seeds. That'll be easy. Let's do the seeds. Let's go grab the different seeds. And then we also... It's going to look... Oh, you know what I also forgot? Look. Probably going to be weird, but the fish is now... I don't get why they did it. Look what they did. My Shayla! They made the fish... I don't know what's going on here, but... They made the every fish item... It's bugging out. They made the fish items display the new way. All the fish product items display the new way. And they were already displayed the old way, but now they're different. And now they're being weird over here. Because I technically got to put, like... mushrooms in here. Because... Right now, you can only put... roasted mushrooms that way, and then the regular mushrooms are going to end up going that way. It's super annoying. Ooh. What are they all on the wall for? Kind of is like, this is like a giant museum, essentially. This is what I'm working on to be one of every item in the game, essentially. Also... we're gonna put... that... further over... there, and then that there, and then survival compass will go right there. I think I like that. And then let's get seeds for outside, but I also, it's so weird because wheat is also going to be able to go on the wall now, but it's going to display different than the other foods are. It's so backwards. I wish there was, for some of the items that weren't too big, that you had a option whether to display them like vertically on the stud on the wall or have them horizontally on the platter. Yeah, I guess wherever I have it, I'll just have to flip the wheat all weird and it'll be like, yeah. It's a living codex. That's pretty much what it is. A living codex instead of just having like the digital codex. I've got one that's like physically in the game that I can visit. Kind of just for fun. No, not yet. The gliders. I guess that's another good thing I can grab real quick and put in that same little like side section category. I think there was a few other items that I need to do as well in that category, like arrows and cannonballs into that little category. That's another one. Oh, why am I crafting arrows? The cannonballs, and then the gliders over here. Let's take an extra one of those. Oh yeah, an extra illuminator too. We need one of those. Extra illuminator for the equipment section, and then is there anything else? Got those. Got those. Got those. Okay, I think that was. Oh, we need the seeds too, real quick. Plus a mushroom. Plus, I still have a mushroom, right? Yes. Plus a regular mushroom. Which again, right here, I still have a roasted mushroom, but see, like, that's going to be blocked right now. But I guess that wouldn't be a bad thing, that one being displayed here. It wouldn't throw it off too much. But take another one for that display. And then we need... Also, we need a flour. And we need a wheat. And then we need... I don't think I have any seeds. I think like that was my first one of my biggest questions when they were put it before the update. I'm like, are they gonna put the glider on the wall somehow? And they did. It's all like folded up. At least that's the way someone else described it. And I'm like, that does make sense. It is just a folded up glider, just a little like one piece thing. It makes sense. Okay, so we got one of those. Then we just need one of these, one of these. One of those. One of those. One of those. One of those. These. And... okay. And then... I think that's good for this trip. I'm sure there's something else I'm forgetting. Or not forgetting, but just... oh, that's not where I'm going. I'm sure there's something else that I need to put on the wall. I gotta do all the cloth stuff and the animal stuff still. That's the other thing. Is there a way to find the beach biome pass? Pretty much go... if you see a Frostlands area, go the complete opposite direction. If you see a desert, usually if you go into the desert and through a desert, generally I've never seen a desert that doesn't touch the coast. Like they're always on the outside. So if you see a desert, you can usually, like if you're here and see desert, like you just go far enough into the desert, you'll be at the shore. And then like if you were here and you see the Frostlands is still your south, go north. You'll eventually hit water. You want to, because like I have two different Frostlands, but either way, the Frostlands are generally going to always be in the center of your map. So if you see Frostlands, you want to go away from them, not towards them. And then if you see deserts, you usually want to go towards them, not away from them. That would be a good... oh, yeah. I got it up there with the gems. I figured that was the... right, because I got rift crystals up there. I figured this is like jewels, right? Like a section for jewels and shinies. And the eye is kind of like a pearl or something. I don't know. So I couldn't think of another category to throw it into. But yeah, I was more surprised with this being able to be displayed, considering can't make it anymore. And I'm punching air because I never did build the basic compass. I did craft myself a survival one, but because when I was in my expert world, at the time there was no codex, so there was no reason to like collect stuff via codex. There wasn't that many, as many items in the game, so I wasn't thinking about just collecting everything, and I never thought they would remove it. So I just hadn't had one built in my expert world. In my survival world, I got both compasses. But in the expert, I do only have the original survival, not the basic. But I was more surprised with this thing being able to be displayed. Because considering it's like a void item now anyway. It doesn't have a purpose, but they still... Now it does. It's a flex, right? Have you made a video about organizing? If you go to my YouTube, I do have a walkthrough of not my most recent storage base, but don't worry, because you're going to want to get over to my YouTube. In the next week or so, I'm going to have a new updated version of my storage base tour, and also generalized setup, kind of like how I set up the rows, what order I put things in to make it make sense, at least for me. Well, you know, generally it makes sense for other people too. But yeah, I do have one up on YouTube, but it's my old storage base, but it's generally set up the same as my current storage base if you want to check it out. Now, this is a display base. This is not a storage base. This is a display base. This is for holding one of every item, not a lot of, not like items, right? So out here, how am I going to do seeds? Because I have things split up. Interesting. You know what? I guess I could go like... I don't want to do it like in front of it. That'd be weird. Oh. And not all of these have seeds. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Ugh. Stuck. It's stuck in my sinuses, chat. I can't get it. I felt the sneeze and then it escaped me. I guess I could just throw another pineapple there, but that'd be virtually pointless. But like here, like how does the tomato seed look there? I guess that's, yes, it's good. It's not in the way or anything, right? You think that's a solid way to just have it on display? Just right in front of its corresponding plant? Is that solid work, chat? Because I can always just put a pineapple here. You know what I mean? Give me. It just doesn't look the same. You know? And then for the wheat, will actually work. We'll put the wheat seed. And then here, we'll just put a little nanner. Okay. So I already do have a banana on display in the food area, but it's not a bad thing if I have two of them on display. You know what I mean? Because got to have those ones in the food area. But I feel like I can't leave these ones with nothing there, even though it's redundant in a way. Gimme. Just rating myself. Kern. You know what I should also do? Is all these ones that are growing sideways, I should break them and replant them until they go the right way. No, I'm doing that though. Here, hold on. So you can't control which way they grow. But if you break it and replant it, it has a 25% chance of growing the way you want it to. Hey! There it goes. There's only 4 directions it can grow. You just gotta hope you get the right one. This one was for slap. Pepper. Pumpkin. Boom. Picasso. So you can't tell which way it grows until it grows fully up, but what we can do is just break that and then give it another go. Actually, we'll put a handful in there. And same with like this one, we can collect it, but then grind this into seeds. And this one's facing, yep, ended up being the right way. This one doesn't matter. This one doesn't matter. This one doesn't matter. This one doesn't matter. This one does. So we'll grab that, break that. And then most of them don't matter, but raspberries and some of the other ones you like might as well spend the time making it look nice if I'm gonna have a base like this. So we'll just throw the clonberries in there. Those ones are grinding. So we got like 2 more tries for now. Throw those there, and then we'll just hope for the best. So these are all, these are facing the right way. So we got lucky there, and then we got lucky on that one. Clearly the first try, but we'll replant those so they're facing the correct direction. And then these ones, I don't feel as if I need to display anything in front of them because I also would have to figure out a different system for the back part there. But this is the OG setup, so I feel like this works. Because I also, before seeds were displayable, this was my way of kind of displaying anything else I could was, oh, how can I've used all the different garden plots. So it's like every combo. Oh, the banana, how they hang. I guess I haven't paid close enough attention to that. Oh, I've got more stuff here anyway. Look at that. Okay, let's go do the equipment and stuff. Might have to build a whole new, like a little wall for this. So all this stuff gets displayed nicely. I'm surprised they didn't redesign how the book goes on. Like the book flat out or something. How many items do we have here? Cannonballs, 2 gliders. Where are the arrows? Didn't I grab arrows? Oh, no, I never did I? Don't I have stuff on me to make some? Oh, feather stuff. No. I thought I brought some with me. Rip. Okay, so it's like 4 items. Plus the I think the illuminator I put over here instead of charms. It's like technically more of an equipment. So we've got 2 gliders, 2 weapony things, and 1 equipment type thing. I think I know. That's tall. I need another pickaxe. Obviously, gotta have it toggled on. Okay, that's solid. And then we've got 2 and 2. So I think right here, we do the same deal. Let's build like a couple up. Go 1 right at the bottom, 1 on top of that, and then we go glider, glider. Sticks out a lot. I could also, so it's like more even, I could move this setup back a little further. Because I don't even technically need the forge here, it just kind of looks cool as like a decoration itself. But we can always put that like right up against the wall, which means, what is that? Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's like more spaces, that's all I know. Because I'm paranoid. So this one, if we wanted it to be even, would be what, like there? No, further in. Like there? That looks right. That looks perfect. Yeah, that's the spot. I know. Oh. Oh, still, guess I got the line up right. As long as that's still there. I just need the space that I had it there saved. Even though the item is pointless, now that it's displayable, they should just let us build the compass. Should just be like a, should be called like a relic item or something, or a legacy item. You'd be like, this serves no purpose, but you can build it if you want to. Forgot we could put that one up just a little bit. Yeah, like that. Okay. And then this one we go like here. And we put cannonball. Ooh, that looks so cool. Cannonball. That's a cool decoration in general. This is bigger than I thought it would be. The picture doesn't do it justice. I guess if you really look, you can tell that's like a almost like a 4x4 or a 6x6. Yeah, it's 4x4 piece or 2x2 piece. Excuse me. And then oh, I'd never brought the arrows. No, I don't. I never built the normal compass in this world before they took it out. I only ever built the survival compass, so unfortunately, that will always be incomplete in this village or in this display. Unfortunate. Okay, so I guess I gotta go make some arrows because I never brought any. Unless there's a chicken like right next to me. Wow. Paid actor. Isn't it only one? It only costs one, right? Yeah, we're good. What are the chances? Unless there's a chicken right next to me already. How convenient. Just falls over. Is there anything from this department I'm forgetting that I can still display over here? I've got all the shovels already. Got all those, got all those, got all the bait buckets, got those in a different area. Got the shields, got these, got those. Thermal detonators are already in a different spot. Oh, I know what I need. I need to bring the Star Wars materials over to the Star Wars area. I already had a space for them. We got those. Stink jars are up on the wall there. So those are covered already. The compass, or the spyglass, the wrench, all that kind of stuff was already done. But I don't think there's any other... Oh, the battery. I think I put the battery and the biomass over here, you think? No, I was going to put batteries and biomass more with the dirt and blast powder and the other miscellaneous. I consider this miscellaneous. It is a gadget. But I don't know. Where do you guys think? Should I put the power cell and... Because power cells and biomass obviously got to go together. But I think power cells and biomass more go in terms with fertilizer, dirt, snow, sand, and blast powder, where they're kind of like miscellaneous earthy elements, if you want to say it that way. I don't know. I don't know how to like differentiate them, but they go together in my head. The basic, yeah, it's like a 1x1 stud, isn't it? Yeah, the crafting bench skins they need to bring back as well. So we got all that. Macro binoculars have been covered. Did all the charms. These been covered. Resources. The only thing we got to cover for resources, we've got this category done, this category done, this category done, this one done. See, I guess organic, but even then vines I end up putting with... the spinning wheel items. So covered, 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 not covered. See, I'm going to put biomass and batteries with this stuff. It's not the vines. That's covered, that's covered, that's covered. Besides the Durasteel, that is. That's covered. We need to do this. This literally is all one category for me, which I just call fabrics and stuff. Like cords, vines, wools, fabrics, drawstrings. Those are all fabric category in my head. So these will all go together. And then we have the animal section. Oh, I forgot about shadow. Guys, how could I forget? We gotta go pour one out for the Storm King. We need to sacrifice one Shatterhorn fragment for the display. I can't check out the museum now, but if you want to post it on my Discord, I'm sure not only me, but some other people can give you some pointers or some suggestions. You need to rename your villages? Oh, yeah. Yeah, just for fun, mostly. I could just be like storage base, A, whatever. What I want more is to be able to actually... I know you can change the things, but they never stay, or they like... I swear they like move around if you change the emblem. But we need more emblems. Let me up. Oh. That's more appropriate. Or no, let's just call it main storage. Wait. Can I not use spaces? Oh, I just had to click off of it. Does it actually show that on the bus station now? Oh, this is the bus station isn't nameable. That's what we need to be able to name, actually. Okay, I think I do have one Shatterhorn fragment right now. Oh, I thought I did. I guess we can go get one today. We can go get one. So we gotta do the Shatterhorn fragment. Forgot about that. And then animal stuff, and then let's do Star Wars stuff while I can remember. That'll be easy. Give me one of those, give me one of these, and give me one of those. There. Was there something else? We got most of the food. There's a few things I think I forgot. We'll come back for the animal stuff. So I just Shatterhorn fragment. I'll probably put that with the gem stuff, to be honest. I have no idea where else I would put that. Or what I could do is like put it up in between the mythic weapons up on the display. That'd be kind of interesting. What do you mean by the glitch item, the glass durability? No, I didn't care to. They didn't look any different. I mean, I think in the menu UI, they like have weird colors, but otherwise, like. Yeah, no, I never get really worried about getting any of those. Was there a benefit to them? I know you could like rift them really fast, but then you don't. Then you only get so many variations of the weapons. If they looked any different physically, I might have been more interested in trying to collect them. But if they're just a visual glitch UI thing, I don't know. It's weird. I don't feel the specialty in trying to grab it. So it's really nice. You can actually just see everything in one rigid, all the rows. Beautiful. Okay, let's get Star Wars stuff. So we're going to move this over like a little bit, I think. I forgot to grab the pickaxe. Oops. I think I should just be able to build that one more space over from where it was. What was it? This one? No, it was not that one. No, it was that one. So it was... there. Just need it over, like, what, 2 more spaces? Maybe even just one? I think that'll work. Did I never put the lightsaber back? Oh, it's being... oh yeah, I'm gonna move it over and it'll be fine. Don't worry, I'll go grab a new pickaxe here in a second. I'm just too lazy right now. No, I never... Like, those kind of bugs, I'm not really ever interested in doing, because they're exploitive. They're kind of like... I don't want to say, like, an unfair advantage, but an advantage I don't want to take unless it's an in-game feature. Because why make expert mode any easier than it needs to be? That's my thought process. I want expert to be, like... only as easy as it can be made with the, like, the regular features, per se. It's a little bit more cramped that way now. Maybe I put them up? Maybe I put those up and the lightsabers on the ground level? Because I have all this space. But how much space do I need for the saber? So, like, ooh, turn it on. And we put, like, let's say, like, the Durasteel there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a sideways build for those. I think that's what has to happen. We'll have to do a little sideways fanciness, otherwise it's just gonna... I hate the way that looks. We'll do saber on the bottom, but I think, like I said, we're going to have to figure out a sideways method to do this. Yeah, they got converted, but as long as, if they don't look different on the wall, I'm not really, like, a weapon variation to me, because otherwise... Technically, I need to put a weapon on the wall for every rune combo. I kind of exclude runes from making the weapon itself different. But otherwise, I mean, it's interesting stuff to... I still have, like... Now, not that I like, because I do have, like, legacy stuff. I have plenty of old school legacy, like, when they got changed. So I have stuff that's, like, amber and... like, the stuff that got changed to amber and copper or whatever. I have, like, amber and copper pickaxes that still have triple damage on them. Triple damage from the old legacy damage boost. And those ones I don't even really feel like displaying here because why, right? They would just sit in a chest or something probably like they do at my other base. But yes, I have some, like, weird legacy stuff like that. But I've never really felt the wants to display it. Yeah, I saw the Optimus Prime build. I posted it in my Discord channel for everybody to see there. I was like, immediately saw that. Was like, guys, look at this. Would you look at this? Would you look at this? Alright, so basically... what we're gonna do is where these, right? Because those kind of match the color. Just a little bit, they do. And they go all the way up. So what we're gonna do is now we're gonna put a button, and then we're gonna put a walnut, no, a support that's that long, and we're gonna go up, but I think that's not gonna work. What am I hitting? There. I understand it's gonna hang off this side a little bit, but we're still just experimenting. I don't think it's gonna work. What are you doing? Trying to squeeze stuff in here. I'm also probably gonna end up, what I'll probably end up doing is just keeping the lightsabers here, and I think I've got a space right up there that I can put them sideways where they will work. See, that's not what we're going for exactly. So yeah, we're gonna do it a little. Okay, I'm gonna go get a pickaxe before I drive myself nuts. Yeah, drives, transforms into both forms, and it looks good in both forms, transforms smoothly and quickly from both forms. It's snazzy. It is an engineering feat in this game. Blows my mind. But I gotta try more stuff like that. I guess my excuse before, I don't have necessarily an excuse, but my reasoning before for not, I guess, venturing more into stuff like that is I've always had such terrible experiences with building, kind of, because I think in that kind of build, I think it's mostly using swivel plates. But anytime I've tried to build something mechanical where it relies on a lot of channels and stuff, it's always bugged out a lot. Or I've seen a lot of builds where people spend a lot of time on that and it bugs out. So I'm less inclined, but I guess that's part of the grind, is not having the guarantee that it's going to work for you every time. Give me another one of these. Give me damage. And give me durability. These are the ones that drop from the Storm King, which is why I have so many. Might as well use them. Yeah, I've got a farm like that. I've got a tutorial for it as well. See an OP wood farm though? Yeah. Oh, heck yeah. How's it going, by the way, Allie? Good to see you. Have you seen my even more OP farm for just farming the foods that don't need to be replenished with seeds? Does it still get updated? Yeah. Not as often as we all want, but quite often. Like, we can all complain, but it does get updated every, like, big updates every like several months, or like 3 to 4 months, and then like smaller updates pretty much every couple weeks. Okay, so what we're gonna do back here is something. Yeah. But this is gonna bump. Is that a single piece? Yeah, it is. Is there another one that's not as invasive? I'll just do this. No one will ever know. Okay. I need a ladder. And then back here, walls. Let's go with, we want those half walls like that. And we're gonna go one there, one on the other side, and then that's the exact piece I was using over there. Perfect. I just need more granite. Oh, Heather's off work. Looks like calling it here tonight, everybody. I mean, I wasn't going to be live much longer, but I'm calling it there. Let me get this idea finished, but then it's time to pick Heather up. It's a slightly early night. Not super early. It's not going to be wide enough for 3 across, actually. I'll figure it out tomorrow. Problem for future me, but not for me. See myself parked here. We'll log out there. Time to call. I gotta go pick up my lady from work. It's that time of the night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Can you briefly explain LEGO Fort? I mean, very similar to Minecraft, but LEGO. A lot of similarities, but a lot of differences. Open world, exploration, combat, building, base building, collecting materials, crafting stuff, discovering recipes for stuff, all sorts of stuff. No, thank you, Zep. Look at all my stuff I unlocked. Holy moly. Just from one plate. This Raven one is sick, though. Like, this is really cool. Is there actually different ones for him? Oh, no, it's just the... There's only the one. Unless I can. No, there's no different styles. I wish it did give you the styles for the Lego. It's so disappointing. Like, I want the Chamoy Lego version. You know what I mean? All right, I'm out of here, guys. Code Epic Bricks in the item shop. Check me out tomorrow. I'll be live again. Sometime between 4 and 8 Pacific time. But Code Epic Bricks in the item shop. Highly appreciated if you're grabbing anything. If you buy any Lego passes, battle passes, Fortnite crews, anything like that. Code Epic Bricks is very much appreciated. I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's get someone picked out to raid real quick. Let's go over to Lady. Can't copy your name. Easier. There we go. Bam. Raid started. Let's do it. Oh, also one last thing for my TikTokers. Come join me on Twitch or YouTube tomorrow instead of the TikTok if you want a slightly higher viewing experience. And also, TikTok still might get banned in a few days, or Trump is going to push it further or something. But either way, TikTok's still like in hot water at all times. Can you rate my clothing brand? Not right now, my friend. I am logging off for the night and I got to go pick up my wife from work. I'm out of here, guys. Have a good night. See ya.